Watch Ken Bobby and Karen Adams on Coin 6 News.
CBS MarketWatch Weekend is brought to you by Crucial.com, the memory experts. Coming up on CBS MarketWatch Weekend, a number of brand-name drugs are about to lose their patents. We'll tell you how the companies behind them are fighting to keep generics out of the market. Plus, the Porsche Boxster, Honda Accord, and the BMW 5 Series. What do these cars have in common? Well, they're among the top 10 hottest cars for 2002. We'll show you which others are revving up the new year. Plus, the other way to fly, why charter travel is taking off. All that and more on CBS MarketWatch Weekend. Hello and welcome to CBS MarketWatch Weekend. I'm Susan McGinnis. More Americans lost their jobs in December, but the losses are easing a bit, and that's giving some hope that the recession may be easing as well. The jobless rate rose to 5.8%, its highest level since mid-1995. Companies reported they laid off 124,000 people during the month. All told, the number of jobless Americans rose by 2.6 million in 2001 to 8.3 million people. Among them, nearly 318,000 jobs were lost at telecom companies. Computer companies announced more than 168,000 people shuttered, and the auto sector lost more than 133,000. This past week, Wall Street took the smaller drop in payrolls as a hopeful sign and bid stocks higher again early Friday. The New Year's rally has some wondering if investors are setting themselves up for a fall. We'll have an in-depth look at Wall Street coming up shortly. Drug companies stand to lose billions when patents on some drugs expire in the next 3 years, opening the door to cheaper generic versions. That's good news for the generic firms, but they're running into costly obstacles as the big drug companies start their delay tactics to prolong their patents. For one, generic firms are now battling AstraZeneca, maker of the blockbuster ulcer drug Prilosec, now seeking additional patents for the drug. And it's no wonder. Last year, Prilosec was a $6 billion drug for AstraZeneca. As Victoria Fung reports, while pharmaceutical and generic firms stand to gain a bundle, it's consumers and investors who are paying a price.
In Miami, about half the sales at this pharmaceutical company, IVAX, are generic drugs, including the antibiotic tetracycline and doxycycline, used to treat anthrax. But in many cases, just getting generic versions to market involves horrific battles with brand-name drug makers, battles that go on for years with costly litigation.
It's very expensive. We spend now millions of dollars a year.
After fighting Bristol-Myers Squibb, which wanted to extend its patent rights, IVAX and other generic firms recently won conditional approval to make a generic version of glucophage, a popular diabetes drug. And in 2000, IVAX won the right to make a generic version of the cancer drug Taxol. But that was after a 3-year court battle with Bristol-Myers Squibb that cost IVAX more than $10 million. And today, there's still residual litigation.
We have been in, at least a half a dozen lawsuits with Bristol-Myers over this, and every time we think we win, another case is brought or an appeal is brought. It's almost like trying to kill a vampire. They keep coming back.
Bristol-Myers Squibb did not return our phone calls. Drug companies have about 20 years of exclusivity once they patent a specific medication. And as a patent approaches expiration, generic firms are poised to put a much cheaper version of the same drug on the market. But some of the major pharmaceutical companies typically try to file additional patents, claiming they've done new studies and have more data on a given drug. Whether or not these patent requests are approved, they create delays. And each day of delay can mean millions of dollars in profits for major drug companies, but much higher costs for consumers.
And what's the data service on that claim?
WellPoint, the nation's 4th largest health insurer, spends about $1 billion a year on prescription drugs. WellPoint worries that burden will easily double in 5 years and will threaten the affordability of prescription drug benefits. Heavily marketed brand-name drugs from big companies are largely to blame.
They spend almost $3 billion a year on direct-to-consumer advertising, and the pharmaceutical companies spend $15,000 to $20,000 per year on every physician in the United States to write prescriptions for their brand-name medications.
Pharmaceutical companies generally profit well beyond the more than $300 million for research and development it takes to get a drug to market. The sector promises to be lively because the value of drugs going off patent in the next 5 years will be close to the sales total of prescription drugs over the past decade. In San Francisco, Victoria Fung, CBS MarketWatch.com.
Keep your eye on a number of other popular drugs with patents scheduled to expire in the next year. Among them, GlaxoSmithKline's Zantac for acid reflux, Schering-Plough's Claritin for allergies, and Eli Lilly's Evista for osteoporosis. Still ahead on CBS MarketWatch Weekend, if you spent this New Year's Eve cocooning with your loved ones, Faith Popcorn says, I knew it. She's a futurist, and we'll get her other predictions for 2002. Plus, fed up with airport gridlock, business travelers are looking for other ways to fly. We'll show you what they've come up with.
Come on, Dad. You promised to ski with us. You're bumming us out, Dad.
Looks like you could use Halls. Only Halls has vapor action. Breathe, my friend. Breathe. Breathe, my pasty friend.
Feeling better, Dad?
Well, I was.
Get Halls and get going.
You are an online trader. You live by spreadsheets, rely on real-time stock quotes, crunch financial forecasts. You need more memory, big man. Don't let your system slow you down. A memory upgrade from Crucial.com can speed up your computer so you can grab the bull market by the horns. You are an online trader. Crucial.com. The memory experts.
Can your radio do this? Only one radio can give you stereo sound this big, yet is small enough to fit almost anywhere. The extraordinary Wave Radio from Bose. Press the remote control and hear big, rich sound that fills the room. Sounds so rich, Popular Science called it a sonic marvel. You hear music the way it was meant to be heard. Clear, full, incredibly lifelike. You've got to hear the Wave Radio to believe it, and now you can, satisfaction guaranteed. Call toll-free to hear it in your home. Ask about our free shipping offer and interest-free payment plan. Experience big stereo sound from a radio. Call today. Order now and take advantage of our 12-month interest-free payment plan.
Look for Market Advisor at cbs.marketwatch.com. It's where you can find the latest stock research, analysis, and investment advice from our select group of premium partners. Welcome back to CBS MarketWatch Weekend. Optimism was the word on Wall Street in the first trading week of the new year. Let's check in with Alexis Christoforous for more.
Susan, the stock market rang in the new year with a hat trick. 3 straight days of gains. The Dow raced ahead 87 points Friday. For the holiday-shortened week, it was up more than 1%. The Nasdaq added 15 points and rallied more than 3.5% for the week. A string of encouraging economic data, including Friday's better-than-expected jobs report, has some economists betting that the Fed may actually raise interest rates later in the year to prevent an economic recovery from fueling faster inflation. Most economists expect one more rate cut at the Fed's January 30th meeting, followed by an increase later in the year. AT&T is handing out more pink slips. The long-distance giant plans to eliminate another 5,000 jobs and take a $1 billion pre-tax charge against earnings because of its restructuring. Watch AOL Time Warner in the coming week. Some analysts expect the media and internet giant to lower 2002 earnings projections during its Monday conference call. And on the economic calendar, look for reports on factory orders, inflation at the wholesale level, and consumer confidence. Susan?
All right, Alexis, thanks for that. Well, starting next month, air travelers will pay more for safety. Airlines will begin tacking on a fee of up to $10 per round trip to foot the bill for new technology and beefed up security. But better security or not, the commercial airline business may be losing one segment of the flying public for good. As Ed Crane reports, time is money, and the savvy business traveler is finding other ways to fly.
It's the new reality since September 11th. Bottlenecks in airport security and other disruptions have prompted many corporations to look for other means of getting employees from point A to point B in a timely manner. The growing method of choice is corporate air travel. Business jets are now seen less as a perk reserved for the executive staff and more as a valuable tool to increase corporate productivity. Airfares may be down for advanced bookings, but business travelers are still subject to high prices for last-minute ticket purchases. They also say they're weary of airport gridlock.
The business traveler really, I think, needs a little bit less of the cattle herding kind of mood and attitude that you get.
Corporate air travel has grown by leaps and bounds over the past several years and now offers companies and their employees several different and often cost-effective options for utilizing business aviation. Take Indigo, a corporate jet service that schedules weekday flights between New York and Chicago. Unlike most charter operations where businesses have to buy every seat on the plane, Indigo sells individual seats on each flight through its website. Sound familiar?
If you consider the time savings by our ability to get the customer up in the air and to their destination quicker, and the routes that are relatively short, like New York, Chicago, the time savings one way could be 2 hours.
Cheap? No. Competitive? Yes. A full-fare same-day round-trip seat on an Indigo business jet traveling between New York and Chicago would cost $1,358. A search of the popular internet travel site shows a similar full-fare coach ticket averaging more than $1,400, while a comparable business class fare runs nearly $2,200. Saving money isn't the only advantage. Business aviation providers say their planes, which often fly out of smaller airports, are less subject to delays and offer roomier, more comfortable accommodations. And even when they fly to or from big urban airports, use less crowded general aviation facilities instead of the busier commercial side of the airport.
It takes all the stress out of flying. In this day and age of lines and waits and incredible problems with the regular airlines.
Some companies choose different types of full or fractional aircraft ownership. Others choose to charter depending on the number of employees who need to fly and their destination. Another offspring of the traditional air charter business is a company called eBiz Jets. It's cut the red tape out of chartering a business jet, offering a plane and crew with the swipe of a credit card and as little as 5 hours' notice.
The beauty of our program is you get what you want, where you want it, when you want it, and you only pay for what you use.
And don't think the big guys haven't taken notice. United has formed a new corporate aviation unit called Avalar. Its mission? To try and bring back the corporate travel customers lost from scheduled United flights. And Delta is testing the corporate jet waters as well, with Delta Air Elite acting as a charter broker for business jets owned by others. I'm Ed Crane, CBSMarketWatch.com, New York.
eBiz Jets reports its business grew 221% last year. Indigo, meantime, has placed a $1 billion order for new aircraft and will start putting its new jets into service later this year. Still ahead, Tom Calandra gives us his best investment idea for the new year. Plus, Car and Driver is out with its 10 hottest car picks for 2002. Find out if yours made the list.
Brace yourself. You've never experienced the awesome power packed into new Listerine Pocket Pack strips. Each tiny strip dissolves instantly, killing germs to leave your mouth feeling so clean, you'll wonder how we did it. Cool Mint Listerine Pocket Packs. Kill the germs, feel the clean.
This is Binion's best offer ever. Get 2 complete pairs of glasses for just $99. Choose from a large assortment of great-looking frames to get 2 pairs for yourself or a pair for you and a family member or friend for just $99 at Binion's.
Coin 6 News Chief Meteorologist Dave Sweeney has your most accurate forecast, so you can plan ahead, because Sweeney said so. You might have dozens of reasons to watch local news.
New York City have hundreds of Oregonians.
At Coin 6 News, we have just one reason for covering it.
We can tell you that security has
Our
stepped
one
up.
job is to keep you informed of the facts,
A bit of a counter-protest going on.
to provide you with the perspective you need to make educated decisions.
Matters, a new procedure for heart patients.
Complete, clear coverage. Count on us. Coin 6 News.
Sunday on Northwest Illustrated, a brand new year means some brand new laws, from smoking to cell phones. Find out how they could impact you, plus those amazing Oregon Ducks. What a year. We'll look back Sunday on Northwest Illustrated.
Closed captioning for the hearing impaired is brought to you by Meineke.
When I drive with this little guy, I drive with confidence because I trust my brakes to Meineke.
At Meineke, you'll get a lot, but you won't pay a lot.
Welcome back. An economy stuck in neutral forced the big automakers to get creative or lose buyers. And it worked. Aggressive deal making, including 0% financing offers, made 2001 the second best sales year on record. Alexis Christoforous reports now on where the industry is headed from here, including a list of the 10 hottest cars for the new year.
It's the Oscars of the auto industry, Car and Driver magazine's top 10 list.
It means that they can ensure that every car that they build that year they're going to sell. And that's what every automaker dreams of.
Joe Alice is all smiles because Audi's brand new A4 made the 10 best list. But you'll also find the tried and true. BMW drove away with 2 mentions this year, its 5 Series and the 3 Series, which is making its 11th appearance. The Acura RSX, Chevy Corvette, Ford Focus, Porsche Boxster, and the Subaru WRX also made the coveted list.
So if it doesn't put a smile on their faces when they get behind the wheel, it's not going to make our list.
Honda got 2 nods for its S200 and the wildly popular Honda Accord, which has made the list 16 out of the past 20 years. But auto industry analysts say list or no list, car sales will start to cool down in 2002.
We should see a sharp deceleration from what we've seen in October and November, but still sales at healthy levels compared to what we would have seen had we not had 0% financing.
Great finance deals brought so many people into showrooms like this last fall that analysts expect 250,000 fewer people to buy cars this year.
The 0% offerings or the lower percentage rate offerings brings in a buyer that normally wouldn't buy the car. So are the cars selling as a result of a brisk economy, better cars available, or the fact that the cars are just cheaper to buy?
Americans are expected to buy 15 million new cars and trucks this year, 10% less than last year, and the lowest total since 1995. So major automakers are taking new steps to keep dealer showrooms busy. General Motors, which gained 28% market share last year, replaced its 0% financing program with a big cash rebate of $2,002 on most models through the end of February. Ford and Chrysler, who are both in the red despite a strong sales year, will likely make similar offers.
If, in fact, the auto companies don't see a U.S. economic recovery starting in the second quarter, they will start cutting production because inventory levels will swell.
Ford is being prudent. It plans to make 9% fewer cars and trucks in the first 3 months of this year to avoid inventory overload. General Motors predicts an auto industry recovery in 2003 and expects this year to be a rocky one with more profit pressures. While that may not be welcome news to automakers or investors, it's expected to keep the car deals rolling and the consumer in the driver's seat. Alexis Christoforous, CBS MarketWatch.com.
Look for lots of new cars on display at the North American International Auto Show in Detroit starting this weekend. That includes new compact cars being introduced by Toyota for less affluent buyers. Volvo and Saab are launching new SUVs in a bid for more affluent customers. Overall, while U.S. car makers remain sanguine about the new year, analysts say Japanese and Korean automakers are poised for growth. Coming up, did you know the stock market has never dropped 3 years in a row after languishing in 2000 and 2001? That's a promising sign for the market this year. Coming up, we talk to Tom Calandra about his outlook. That's next.
Planning to sell your home or condo this year? You're probably wondering how much it's worth. You can find out free on the web at housevalues.com. So if you're planning to sell, visit housevalues.com today. That's housevalues.com.
Oregon Lottery Megabucks. Over 170 millionaires and counting. Today's jackpot is $5.4 million. Will you be next? Megabucks, Oregon's millionaire maker.
Coin 6 News Chief Meteorologist Dave Sweeney has your most accurate forecast, so you can plan ahead. because Sweeney said so.
Severe weather and you, old man winter, is once again blustering through the Northwest. Why, what's this? Young Billy has the day off from school, thanks to Mother Nature. But how did his mom know that school was closed? Because Sweeney said so. Billy's mom knows that the experience of Dave Sweeney and the Coin 6 OMSI Storm Team will tell her everything she needs to know. How long will the storm last? And are the roads safe for travel? Thanks to Dave Sweeney and the Coin 6 OMSI Storm Team, families throughout the Northwest know just what to expect. Dave Sweeney and the Coin 6 OMSI Storm Team, your best defense against winter weather.
CBS Tonight, a new star will be born. The AFI Awards, live, honoring a year of excellence in film and television. It's the first award show of the year and the first of its kind. All your favorite stars will be there on opening night. If you love movies and TV, this is the one event you can't miss. The very first AFI Awards, live tonight at 8, 7 Central on CBS.
Welcome back to CBS MarketWatch Weekend. If the stock market suffers another setback in 2002, it'll be the first time in history that it drops for 3 years in a row. Well, that's raising the hopes of those looking for a stock market rebound. Tom Calandra is not among them. We talked to him about his outlook and his big investment pick of the year. Okay, Tom, thanks for being here.
Thank you, Susan.
We're talking about investment picks for the new year. Your one big pick right now is Instinet.
Instinet, INET on NASDAQ. Below the radar screen of most investors. It's spun off from Reuters. It's an alternative stock market. And ECN, it's the only publicly traded ECN. It's profitable, controls about 10% of NASDAQ share volume. Yet nobody wants to own it right now. It's a good time in the cycle to be buying stocks like Instinet.
And no other publicly traded competition?
No other publicly traded competition, that's right. INET on NASDAQ, not the New York Stock Exchange. And it's a very, very, very interesting possibility. It's profitable. It trades at about 12 times earnings. And I think they could be surprising on the positive side in the fourth quarter and in this first quarter.
Okay, stocks overall, we're coming off of 2 very bad years. What are the people you're talking to saying about the idea that there could be a third year of stock market losses when that is unprecedented? Never happened before.
I think, Susan, that most of the folks on Main Street think, hey, third year of losses? No way. 1940, 41, stocks were down in double digits. They come back in 42. 1973, 74, same thing. They come back in 75. This time it's a lot different. In 40, 41, you had a situation where the price-earnings ratio of stocks were 7, 8. Now in 73, 74, they were 10 or 11. Stocks now are trading at a forward PE of about 27. That's expensive.
So you say we should do ourselves a favor and buy bonds?
I think bonds look interesting right now. You can get 5.1% on the 10-year bond. You can probably get 4.7% on a 5-year bond. That's great. You can trade in and out of stocks, and if you're going to, look for the cheap ones like Instinet that have terrific market share and could grow that market share.
And corporate bonds for the more risky of us?
I think that if you're willing to go out on risk, you can buy zero coupon bonds of treasuries, and you can buy some corporate bonds, yes.
Okay. Tom, thanks.
Thank you, Susan.
And a reminder, you can find all of Tom's Stockwatch columns on our website at cbs.marketwatch.com. Still ahead, speaking of outlooks, we have a futurist with us today. Her name is Faith Popcorn. She'll tell us what to expect in the new year and how she sees into the future.
Tired of crawling around on your knees or doing endless sit-ups? Introducing the revolutionary Ab Energizer system featuring 21st century technology that's a simple, easy way to help firm and tone your abs without breaking a sweat. And it's also great for your lower back, buns, and thighs. The secret is Ab Energizer's electronic impulses that stimulate your abs so they contract and relax as if you're doing a sit-up. Now you can get up to 700 muscle contractions in just 10 minutes and get the tone and definition you've always wanted.
I've gone from a waist 37 to a waist 34.
Work out your abs anywhere, watching TV, at the office, even around the house. Why spend $120 for a single unit product? With the double unit Ab Energizer, you get 2 modes and 10 settings to maximize your workout. Call now to order the complete Ab Energizer system for just $59.95. It includes the Ab Energizer belt with 2 units, tightening gel, meal plan, instruction guide, and carrying case. You also get a free 30-day supply of Diet Energizer with its fat-burning formula. If you don't lose at least 2 inches off your waist in the first 30 days, return it for a full refund. To order, call now.
If your New Year's resolution is to lose weight, our next guest says you may not make it. Faith Popcorn is a predictor of the future, and we talked to her about some of her predictions for 2002, including her belief that we'll be eating more and eating better. Faye, thanks for coming in.
Oh, you're welcome.
Tell us how one becomes a futurist.
Well, you have to really study the present in a sense. We are monitoring 300 magazines. We have a talent bank of 7,000 experts across the world. They're constantly reporting to us, and we take this and project forward. And we've been about 95% correct.
Wow, very impressive. Well, you've come up with some predictions with all that information for 2002, and I want to get right into them. But one of them is you think that we'll be engaging in what's called an armored cocoon. Tell
Yes,
us.
and that says it's about the cocooning trend, which we named and framed in '81. So this continues to be armored, where we're going to stay home, stock in, bunker down, have everything delivered in, work at home, and even educate our children at home.
Not necessarily related to September 11th, but maybe intensified by that.
Well, intensified. A lot of the trends that we've been predicting socked in there, but actually armored cocoon has been going on for about a couple of years before September 11th.
And you think it's going, this is a long-term trend?
At least a trend is defined by 10 years. Okay. Everything we talk about is 10 years forward.
Another one is, I like this one, you think we're going to be glutinous gourmets.
And that says that we are really eating like crazy, but gourmet part is that we're eating really good stuff like crazy. So we might sit down with a tin of caviar or a quart of Ben & Jerry's and just eat the whole thing. So we're getting very, very, I want to say, precious almost in what we choose to eat.
That's going to contradict a lot of New Year's resolutions.
Well, yeah, but the New Year's resolutions last between 15 and 20 days.
Okay. I hope mine lasts longer than that. Another one, 24-tainment. I'm guessing this means more gadgets in our homes.
Yes, and that's part of the armored cocoon. We want to be entertained and inputted 24 hours a day. We love to complain about it, but we want to see movies all the time. We'll have screens with 4 movies on them. We want to play games. We just want input, input, input.
More than we have already.
More than we have already.
Okay. Dupe-proof consumerism. Are we going to become better consumers?
Yes, we're mad. You know, we don't like to be taken advantage by big companies, and we're on the internet. This year, more women than men, and we're investigating deeply ourselves into those companies. So we've become pretty dupe-proof now.
Now, so, and people, a lot of people have become more investment savvy as well.
Yes, they have. Very ordinary people know a great deal about the companies that they're not only buying the stocks from, but buying their products from.
Now, just for fun, Faith, I wanted to ask you to give us a prediction for investments or for the markets for the new year. There are as many out there, different ones as there are people.
Well, the one I would add is that people, especially females, will be investing in companies where the person that runs the company or owns the company steps forward. And that's a very tough thing to do. A lot of these CEOs don't like to do it. But we respond tremendously when we see that person step out from behind the scrim and say, here I am, this is the philosophy of my company, this is what I stand for, and if something goes wrong, call me.
Okay. Stocks up or down for the year?
Up.
Okay. Thank you, Faith. Among Popcorn's other predictions, mood management, where she believes we'll try to better gain control or alter our moods with the use of drugs, including Prozac, Paxil, and Xanax. And that wraps up this edition of CBS MarketWatch Weekend. I'm Susan McGinnis. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time. And until then, we'll see you on the World Wide Web.
CBS MarketWatch Weekend has been brought to you by Listerine. Worth the time, every time.
I'm into immediate gratification.
Wix Furniture has 48-hour delivery on all in-stock furniture.
It's Wix Furniture's biggest sale of the year, featuring Wix fabulous new Lazy Boy collection. Great prices on Lazy Boy sofas, sleepers, recliners, and reclining sofas. Plus, put no money down with no monthly payments and no finance charges due for 1 year with a Wix charge.
They say when you shop for furniture, it has to come out and touch you. If it does, I'm going to smack it.
Coin6 News Chief Meteorologist Dave Sweeney has your most accurate forecast, so you can plan ahead, because Sweeney said so.
Harsh winter weather is murder on my hands, so I use moisturizer. And when my skin's so dry it cracks and bleeds, I use more moisturizer. I use Neosporin. Yeah, but that's for cuts. What do you think those little cracks in your hands are?
Neosporin helps heal cuts 4 days faster than a bandage alone and kills the bacteria that can cause